All right. There you go, folks. Little news opener for you. A little something I thought I would make. I don't know why. I got bored one night. You know how it gets. Anyway, what is going on, everybody? Wrestling Outlet here. I am Boxman. And, of course, right across from me, actually beside me now. He's beside me at this point. So, right beside me is...
That's right beside you, hand in hand, joining us, scrolling through the adventure of life. It is I. I am Smart Wahlberg. How are you?
Doing pretty good, man. Not doing too bad. A little better. A little better. Hopefully, I got your audio taken care of. You last week I didn't realize, but you sounded like you were talking through a megaphone, and it was my fault, not yours.
Oh,
I had the audio a little high on the end. So yeah, it sounded like you were talking through a megaphone, and I was not whispering, but very low, mellow.
well, I'm trying to make my voice sound better. I'm trying to go for like that Bobby Anthem feel. So I have to use some tricks to enhance my performance, if you will.
Listen, when you can talk bitches out of their panties and you're on the radio, we'll all right. Well, then we'll talk. All right.
Yes, we will talk. Yes, it
uh,
doesn't work so well when you're trying to do that on like NPR. Like that was my problem. Was I was on public radio. It's not the same sort of vibe.
no, it's really not. But hey, you do what you got to do, right?
And
Hmm.
nobody's excited about hearing about the comings and goings of the Chattanooga Zoo.
Some people love hearing the comings and goings of the Chattanooga Zoo.
Well, I mean, yes, there's a fetish for everyone.
Yes, there is, sir. Unfortunately, there is. So, anyway, folks, welcome to this Wrestling Outlet episode. Plenty to talk about tonight. We've got Joe Rogan calling out The Rock. We've got AEW. We've got tons. William Regal. And of course, I think the biggest talk of tonight was these two people I got on the sides of me and Smark here, which is notice I put MJF on your side this time. Just so you couldn't claim tribal or anything. Uh, and MJF and Ricky Starks, fucking great exchange tonight, man. I'm not the biggest Ricky Starks fan. I never was, but he's really turned me around in AEW, and these emotional promos he can do are pretty good. I would say he more than held his own against MJF tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about it later, so I don't want to give too much away there.
Hmm.
But I will just basically the short statement of it is that Wheeler Yuta crawled so that Ricky Starks could run.
Okay, all right, I'll go with that. I'll go with that. That was good stuff though tonight with them, and yeah, we will get into it later. But just thought we would go ahead and bring it up real quick. But because that, like I said, that's probably going to be the talk of most shows tonight that you listen to are going to have this little talk right here. Appreciate everyone in the chat room giving us a little time tonight. We started a little, just about as late as last week, almost.
Yeah.
Just a little. We're all right though.
Look, some things are worth waiting for, but in our case, we thank you for your patience just the same.
Exactly. Yes, we do. We do. We thank you for your patience. Appreciate it, guys. Anyway, we do. Like I said, we've got a few things to get into, and I guess we'll go ahead and kick this bad boy off tonight with first thing I had mentioned. Joe Rogan called out The Rock. Not for a fight. I don't think The Rock would do that. As big as The Rock is, I think Joe Rogan might actually take him. In a real fight. I think Joe Rogan could. But he was talking about his Joe Rogan was talking on his extremely popular podcast about PEDs, steroids, those things. And after the Liver King being exposed, he kind of said he had used PEDs and some, enhancing drugs, because he was saying that he was all natural and this is all from nasty stuff I eat. Well, nah, it wasn't really. But Joe Rogan went on his podcast and he was suggesting that The Rock is using steroids and should come clean about how he achieved his, as Joe Rogan said, preposterous physique.
Preposterous, even.
That is preposterous, even.
I wish you would have had like the Law and Order sting queued up. It's like The Rock is on steroids. Dun dun dun.
Could have just had someone go, no shit. Look, the guy, I mean, let's face it, the guy's not being tested anymore. There's no fucking wellness policies for him anymore. Who cares at this point? But Joe Rogan went on and said, basically, there's not a fucking chance in hell he's clean. Not a chance in hell as big as The Rock is. At 50, he's so massive and he's so different than when he was 30, he said. Rogan went on to say, of course, he doesn't disagree with the use of steroids.
No.
I wouldn't have, I wouldn't expect any less from Joe Rogan at all right there. But Smark, why don't we take a little peek at The Rock back in the 99, 2000 years? Take a little peek at that. Why isn't that showing up there? Let's find out why that picture isn't showing up. It should be showing up. Why isn't it showing up? Let's see here. Oh, no. I know why. Right now, there we go. There he is right there. That one, not going to have that problem again. I figured it out. Got it working. Everyone calm the fuck down.
Fire another intern.
Yeah, there you go. Hopefully. So there you go. The Rocket, 2000s, right? I think that actually was The Rock 2000. And there you go. Right there, young picture of The Rock. Now, this is a picture, Smark, that I'm going to post right in just a second here, that The Rock posted last month. So he'd be about 50 years old right now, okay?
Sure.
Dude, I mean, his bulging veins have bulging veins. I mean, obviously the tattoo is covered up. You can see it a little bit on the right side over there if you look through the makeup. But I mean, look at this left arm here. Just the shoulder. Look at the guy is just absolutely ripped to fucking shreds. I mean, look, I like I said, the no wellness policy. It's his body. I don't give a shit. He wants to fucking take steroids. He can do what he wants to do. But do we really need to know if he is taking? Does he really need to come clean?
Now, I have a theory on this. We did talk about it before that his wife, him and his wife separated not too long ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that explains why his arms are so strong.
Maybe. But what about the rest of him? I mean, dude, the guy's just a fucking mountain of a man. To say,
I mean, theoretically, if you want to actually give an actual potential alibi or excuse or whatever for that, when he was in WWE, they were on the road all the time.
Yeah.
Like, he's not on the road all the time. He's occasionally filming movies or whatever. Like, he has a lot more time to work out now than he probably did back then. But even if that's total bullshit, he is on steroids, whatever, why does it matter? Like, that doesn't give him an advantage to saying lines. Like, the acting is not a competitive sport. He doesn't need to do steroids, or it doesn't matter if he does steroids in order for him to be the same character in every movie. I don't understand why this is a big deal. Like, gotcha. It's like, okay, and like, he does steroids. Big deal.
Yeah, no one cared. And like I said, I think I really, it's his body. I don't give a shit what he does to it. If he wants to take steroids, that's fine. But I like Rogan. I thought it was weird that he brought this up because it's like, well, who the fuck are you and why do you need to know? Seriously, the guy's not getting tested. There's no, like I said, no wellness policy for him to go to. I don't think he goes through any tests. I mean, maybe for an insurance, but they'll probably give him a little ringy dingy before they, take him to go pee pee.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Rock, time to piss.
Jake from State Farm out there walking him on a leash.
Well, that's who he has piss in the. Yeah, exactly.
Ah, there you go.
Come on, here's a Gatorade bottle. Oh, you need a bigger bottle? Okay. Let me go get one of my protein bottles.
There you go.
Brings out a
I
keg.
didn't expect to have the mental image of The Rock pissing into like a giant jug of whey protein in my head today, so that was a bit of a curveball to start things off.
That's all right. It's not a jar. It's a keg. He just carries it in a keg.
I guess a cake.
Yes, like a barrel of whiskey. That's what he has. Just full of whey protein, as you said.
And now I'm picturing the jug just being like how they had back in the old days, where like the moonshiners, just like it has XXX written on it.
Of course it does. Triple
Mhm.
X, of course. That's his next movie. He's going to be in Triple X 4.
One can only hope.
I like them shitty movies, dude. I really do.
Maybe there'll be a prequel. Maybe we'll examine how Xander Cage became the man he is today.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. I really did like
Are they,
those.
since you actually do watch these movies, are they all supposed to, is it supposed to be the same guy, or is it like different guys between like Vin Diesel and the guy that Ice Cube was?
They're two different guys. Let's see. Ice Cube
Alright.
was Xander Cage. Oh, I'm sorry. Vin Diesel was Xander Cage. Ice Cube was, I can't remember that fucking name. Darius something. It was Darius something was his name. But they're decent movies, dude. Listen, once again, I'm not going to claim they were good movies. They're great. They're awesome. I like shit blowing up for no reason, stunts that shouldn't happen, and things that I can just sit there mindlessly watch and zone out on. I do. I've admitted it before. I like fucking Fast and Furious movies. I like fucking the Rambo movies. I like all those fucking shitty movies that people bitch about. I like them. But those movies are pretty good. They're fun. They really are fun movies. The first one is probably one of the better ones. The second one with Ice Cube is all right. Ice Cube does make a comeback in the third one for a couple minutes. And you do get Ruby Rose in the third one. I like some Ruby Rose. She's in John Wick 3 or 2? 2.
Probably two. I have only seen the first one.
Yeah. Oh. Well, they're on Tubi right now, just so you know.
Very nice.
Well, the whole franchise, all 3. Well, the 4th one's coming out March 24th.
Mm.
And I'm excited. Actually, my one of the guys I work with, actually I share an office with, is excited too. He loves those fucking movies. We talk about them way too much. But yeah, I share an office with the guys, so we pretty much just talk about movies and music, and we listen to all kinds of music in the office. So
Very nice.
otherwise, we just sit in there and hear the fucking clock ticking. Tick, 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 tick.
So literal clock, or are you like being a little bit like deep here?
No, it's a literal clock. My kids got me one of those wheel clocks from Harbor Freight with the tools in it, and yeah. So I bring that to all the places I go. I've had it for a while. It goes with me everywhere. It's the one thing I say I'm taking with me. I bring
Nice.
I bring it in and I say, this will go with me whenever I leave. No matter how I leave, this goes with me. So that clock will never leave me. But anyway, I guess back to PEDs, which I am obviously not on. See these? No, you don't see anything there. So yeah, I really don't give a shit. I don't think anybody really cares. I thought it was a little weird. Like I said, Joe Rogan, who the fuck are you? Why do you need to know? Listen, when the baseball guys were doing it, they were tested for it, so that's a different story. I didn't give a fuck back then when Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa were knocking fucking home runs. Baseball was getting fun again. Fuck, I say let them do all the fucking steroids they want in baseball if they want.
I think it's more interesting that Sammy Sosa went from being a Dominican baseball player to being a Caucasian vampire. Like, I would like to know how that transformation happened.
Him and Michael Jackson knew the same people.
Apparently.
apparently. But I mean, yeah, there is a huge difference between The Rock at 30, as we showed, and The Rock at 50. And yeah, Smart, you got a damn good point there. Yeah, he doesn't have to fucking travel and go fucking all over the place anymore. He can sit there and go work out. I'm sure he has a gym in his home, and I'm sure he has a gym in all of his homes. I'm sure he has more than one home. Probably has a gym there. Probably has and I'm sure anyone would wake up and let him in the gym. Oh, The Rock wants to use my gym? Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Rock's a lot better than Velveteen Dream. He was over here last month attacking people.
Yeah, just tell him.
All back to like 2 months ago.
That was fucking awesome. Perfect callback. Velveteen Dream kicking motherfuckers, fucking gym employees' asses like it's their fault. Manager wants you to get out of this area. Fuck you, gym employee.
Look, could you please stop putting your GoPro in the men's locker room? Like, just because the old men like walking around with their dongs hanging out doesn't mean they like being filmed.
With their dogs hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them would like that, I'm sure.
Unfortunately. Actually have a story about that, but that's for another day.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure we have time if you want to tell it, but that's
It's
okay.
actually a very quick story. I go to the gym that don't cue the Law and Orders thing. I know I know that's hard to believe, but just stay with me here.
I won't.
Anyways, there's a men's locker room, a women's locker room, and then there's individualized stalls
Mm-hmm.
for families or just for people who don't like to see other people's genitals when they're trying to put their shorts on. So, anyways, all of the individual stalls that have doors that are not associated with other people were taken. I went into the men's locker room to take a shower post workout. I saw a man sitting on a bench that was very old and very nude. And it was very unfortunate.
Just let me guess, spread eagle.
I did not look enough to gather what position he was in.
You did the old glimpse and just took a quick glimpse, turned right around and walked out, right?
I mean, I had to take the shower, so I just sort of powered through.
There you
head up,
stare at the wall,
feet together. Yes, just shuffle right on through to the shower. So
start counting how many times the marble swirls on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for some spots or divots to count. I've been there. I've been there.
That's right.
I've been there. Dope. My dog's
agreed. That's how I felt about it too.
Good boy, Scooter. My wife looked at me funny. All right. She thinks I'm fucking nuts anyway. Anyway. Rock, do all the steroids you want, brother.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Joe Rogan. I like Joe Rogan, but we can leave him alone. We can leave Joe Rogan alone for a little while, but yeah, not so bad there. But let's see. I'll get into one more. I don't think I've only got a couple more anyway. Actually, Smark, we'll get into these two real quick. With it was one, but I found another one. This little Jim Cornette thing. Jim Cornette, folks, you know he's always good for a good laugh, a good opinion, some good fun, always. And as usual, he is absolutely loves AEW Dynamite guys, especially those guys that came from the indies, right, Smark?
Yes, of course, yes.
Loves them. Loves them, loves them. I think the only person he really loves on AEW, honestly, is MJF, which that is right up Cornette's alley. So Cornette was on his little show, the Jim Cornette Experience, and decided to say this about Jon Moxley. Moxley cannot change in any way the way that he wrestles or talks or approaches anything, because he is never either a babyface or a heel. He's a delusional, not very impressive visually looking guy, nearly 40, that talks a big game. Okay. So, Smark, let me ask you something. John Moxley, you're in a bar, and he gets in your face. Are you scared at all? You're a little nervous. A guy like Moxley.
I mean, I read the man's book, so yes.
Yeah. I really wouldn't say he's unintimidating looking. I wouldn't say he's, impressive visually. I mean, what exactly are we looking for? Beautiful Bobby Eaton? Is that what he should look like?
Yes, he's no outlaw Ron Bass.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally, he's talking shit about Kevin Owens, and I'm like, dude, this is how Kevin Owens looks like an 80s guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's saying how Kevin Owens is just this doughy motherfucker out there that looks like a cab driver. But,
There's back in the day, we had real athletes like fucking Adrian Adonis and fucking Jim Duggan, just people who were just absolutely ripped.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, Hacksaw. I mean, Big John Studd, real ripped, right? I mean, come on, Cornette. Cornette at this point is just really trying to keep himself as relevant as possible.
The irony of Jim Cornette, of all people, criticizing somebody for not changing at all within the last couple of years.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that, but you're 100% right on that one. You're
He
right.
doesn't change the way he approaches anything.
No.
Yeah, so that's a reason that you would like him, yes?
You would think that is a reason he would like this guy. And I think Moxley definitely has a little bit of you can. I really feel that he is babyface or heel. John Moxley heel is definitely different than John Moxley babyface, in my opinion.
Right.
I really don't think he's that tweener like. I don't think he pulls off tweener like CM Punk is that it can pull off tweener. You know what I mean? Or could pull off tweener.
Right.
Not sure if we'll ever see him in the AEW ring again. But I don't know, man. It's just crazy. I mean, he and as I was looking through some stuff, Smark, I decided to just scroll down a little Facebook page, and of course, there's one more, Jim Cornette, talking about Hangman Page. He's talking about Hangman Page. He said Page was the biggest disappointment, excuse me, that they've had as a world champion, and he's added nothing to make himself any more interesting. Just that droop dog expression he comes out with on his face.
I kind of don't disagree with that, though.
All right. There's a little bit there. Now, the guy got hurt for a while. He just came back. He has cut some good promos. I do see fire in the guy. It seems like every time he gets a little fired up, something happens. Or CM Punk comes back. Or someone else gets hired ahead that is just thrown ahead of him. Guy's kind of snake bit, if you think about it.
Right.
You know? But, like I said, I mean, we've complimented the couple promos he's done lately. Just a few, one or two. And, I all right, the droop dog expression. It's cowboy shit. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm. That, want to smile, cowboy.
That is cowboy shit. I mean, yeah. What exactly is he supposed to do, Cornette? Come out smiling, grinning,
like that fucking Primus video where they're dressed up in those big cowboy outfits.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, look, even that big cowboy Bob thing isn't even smiling. You know what I'm talking about? The big thing at the fair all the time.
Should I send you a picture of that? Hold on a second.
Is the Marlboro Man fucking smiling? No. No, he's not. See what I'm talking about? Cowboy shit. Fuck yeah.
I'm just trying to think of other like television cowboys.
Clint Eastwood. Does he ever fucking smile? I don't fucking ever see him smile. You? Nope. Wyatt Earp barely smiled. Doc Holliday. Val Kilmer, best, but Doc Holliday. Barely smiled. That's because he was sick and probably couldn't. To be honest.
Oh my.
Probably one of the reasons he couldn't is because he was a little sick. So
Yeah. I just posted a link in the YouTube chat. That's what Cornette expects Cowboys to look like.
uh-oh. I don't see that. Word it didn't come through. I wonder if maybe I don't get links in the chat over here.
No, so then maybe the person that's been getting banned for posting all these sex websites was actually posting sex websites.
Oh,
We just
man.
didn't see the link.
Man,
May have falsely targeted some poor individual.
Well, I'm afraid to load up too much stuff because once again I'm still working on the thing because we still haven't got a new modem, dude. Everything's so fucking expensive right now. I mean, we used to pay like $60-$70 for a modem. They're like, yeah, $119. I'm like, fucking rent week. Time to back off that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I live check to check like most people do.
You're not sitting there in your ivory tower?
No, it's made of titanium.
Ooh.
I'm even too good for gold. Whoa, what just happened?
There you go. That's what I was talking about.
There you go. Well, he looks like he's about to fucking, I'm not sure what he looks like he's doing.
That's what Cornette wants Cowboys to look like.
There you go.
No, I don't know how to get it off of that, so enjoy that for the next, 5 minutes.
Stop sharing.
All right, I'll figure it out. Give me a second.
I know you will. I'm going to have to reshare our screen now, but that's all right. There you go. And I'll reshare. Attaboy, the good. There you go. Smart. I'm resharing now so you can now see us again.
It's head pat. I appreciate it.
All right. All right, Smark. I think you just hit the nail on the head with the Cornette thing, though. You're right. He hasn't changed in years. He's like an old curmudgeon and he wants everyone to come out fucking smiling, shining, happy people. But that's not exactly what a cowboy character does. I'm sorry. Yes, I went REM on you.
I so badly want to just see Cornette listening to that in his car. Just a fucking perpetual scowl, an ill-fitting Family Guy t-shirt, a fucking bag of Wendy's in the passenger seat. Smiley, happy people.
Who is this motherfucker?
Fucking vanilla midget.
This motherfucker is
ruining. How much money has Michael Stipe ever drawn? That motherfucker.
This motherfucker is ruining my number 2 double. How can you eat a double stack with cheese with this motherfucker whining on the radio?
Exactly.
I always wonder what the fuck that mother REM was whining about. This guy is rich, got more fucking money than God, and he's like, I'm so depressed. Shut the fuck up. Sorry, I lost my.
Well, there you go.
I'm sorry.
Did you like him better when he became Moby?
What?
I'm pretty sure it's the same guy.
That's
the news I'm breaking. Joe Rogan's accusing people of doing steroids. I'm accusing Michael Stipe of just also being Moby.
Moby Dick?
That's right.
That was a great song by Led Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Bono just bop, 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 bop on the fucking guitar with his hand, or the drums with his fucking hands. Doing the solo.
Sean Bonham?
Bonham, that's what it was. I don't know why I said Bono.
Yes.
Bono
was not Led Zeppelin.
That's the horrible singer from U2. And I'm a fan of U2, so calm down. I like the band. I know he can't sing. I know the guy can't fucking sing, though. Anyway, let's get back.
He actually was probably a part of the greatest Christmas song of all time, though.
Oh.
That fucking thank God it's them instead of you song.
Oh.
Where they just their whole idea is they raise money for poor people by making fun of poor people. That's pretty cool.
That's the way you do it sometimes, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Smark. Hit one up, my man. Hit one up.
All right. Well, you know who pretends not to be a poor person? Ric Flair. He's got himself a documentary coming out. A new documentary on Ric Flair's life and career will air on Peacock later this month. It's a good companion piece with the Teddy Hart thing. Flair announced on social media Monday that a 2-hour documentary, Teddy Hart got 3, titled Woooooo, Becoming Ric Flair, will air on Peacock the day after Christmas, December 26th. I'm glad they told you what day the day after Christmas was. Those interviewed for the documentary, according to the press conference, includes all of Ric's close personal friends: Hulk Hogan, Mike Tyson, Post Malone,
You said
Stephen
all
A.
of
Smith.
Pricks. You said all of Pricks' most closest
If I
friends.
said prick, that was a fraudulent slip in its finest form. Well, Prick Flair, that's the show name. Include Hulk Hogan, Mike Tyson, Post Malone, Stephen A. Smith, and Charlotte Flair. Quote, many stories have been told about the Nature Boy over the past 50 years, said Flair. He's talking in the third person. In the press release, quote, I'm thrilled to have partnered with WWE and Peacock to produce the most accurate depiction of my life to date and hope audiences enjoy the ride. Woo! Quote, very few people have professional careers as storied as Ric Flair. Rod Assia, that's not his name, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. EVP of unscripted content for NBC Universal said in the release, quote, we can't wait to give Peacock audiences this revealing, in-depth, and revealing. I read the story and I didn't appreciate that.
Thank God you're revealing something here, Smart.
Revealing in-depth and often raw look into the life of one of sports and wrestling's most controversial icons. Easy with the revealing part. This would be Flair and WWE's first project together since his departure from WWE in the summer of 2021. Since then, Flair wrestled in what was billed as his final match in July, teaming with Andrade El Idolo to defeat Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett.
So they're not going to. They don't tell you in the article why he left WWE, though, do they? They just
No.
no.
Although coincidentally, I think that wasn't cause and effect. I think he did leave, and then the Vice thing came up.
Well, I think he left because the Vice thing was coming out.
Probably,
but I mean,
you could make the argument if you want to be clever with it.
I guess if you really felt like it. Oh, fucking. Oh, Prick Flair, I'll tell you. Teddy Hart got 3. That was great too.
Mm.
Have you watched all 3 yet? I haven't. I haven't watched any yet, so don't ruin it. Have you watched all 3?
Teddy, I'm sitting firmly on having seen the first 2 episodes. I have not seen episode 3.
Okay.
I've been having a problem with Peacock for whatever reason, because it'll let me watch like the first 40 minutes, but then when things start getting interesting at the end, it'll start buffering. And it's like the only streaming platform that happens to me on. So it's not my internet, it's their platform for some reason.
I could see how buffering the Peacock would be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That could definitely. I could see how that could work. Wow.
I have to give this guy just all the credit in the world for using the phrase revealing while describing the Ric Flair documentary. That is just terrible, terrible phrasing. And it's also kind of funny that Mike Tyson is involved in this.
Ric Flair can't wait to show himself to all of us.
So does he have friends? Is my question after this, because okay, he's not friends with Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's just there because this is an opportunity for Hulk Hogan to talk in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson likes money as much as anyone else does. Post Malone, Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith will just talk about anything to anyone as long as there's a camera on, and then his daughter.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, of course.
So you couldn't get okay, Arn Anderson, AEW contract, fair enough. You couldn't get Steamboat to say something nice for 5 minutes and $200. That was out of the realm of possibility.
Dude, Steamboat wouldn't even wrestle him. He didn't want anything to do with that last fucking match. I think Steamboat is seen. I think Steamboat might just want to, at this point in his life, just not have anything to do with any controversy of any kind.
Magnum TA? Somebody? Like, none of his friends are involved in this. But then I'm having a hell of a time thinking of all who his friends are.
All of his friends either have Legends contracts or would love one.
Okay, well, I was going to say, or are dead, so you phrase that better than
Or
I
that. Or that also.
Because I was trying to think about it. I was like, who do I think of when I think of Ric Flair? I was like, well, Dusty Rhodes was the first person that came to mind. It's like, well, that's not going to be happening.
That'd be tough. I mean, Triple H, it's a WWE thing, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, that works.
Yeah, I mean, Triple H looked up. Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
You could have any one of those, but I guess not.
The Miz.
The
He
Miz.
passed down the figure four to the Miz.
The Miz.
We all remember how great the Miz's figure four was.
We could do. Yeah, you could do that. You could. I mean, now the Miz is wearing fake Rolexes on Raw. Not bad. Not bad. Hey, I had a guy that used to get me good fake Rolexes, actually.
I would lose my fucking mind if, like, minute one of the Ric Flair documentary was just Tommy Dreamer talking about how great Ric Flair was.
You know, the guy's great, you know, so he showed his dick to a few people. That's how it was back then. You just whipped your dick out everywhere. That's just the way it was, you know. Right, Tommy?
That was probably yep.
Right, Tommy? Yeah, that's it. You just whipped your dick out. That's what we did in ECW. We just whip our dicks out everywhere.
Mm-hmm. That was the best part of that documentary, or not documentary, but the episode of Dark Side of the Ring was just Rob Van Dam just explaining how common, like, just all the typical scumbag behavior was, which just like completely removed from all of it. It's like, yeah, terrible shit happened every day.
But there's nothing we could do about it.
I mean, I don't think he ever got in trouble for anything or was ever accused of anything. He was just like, I was just there smoking weed.
Yeah. That's it. I would just go out back and smoke a joint. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. I don't blame the guy. But yeah, so another documentary there on Ric Flair. They're really doing their documentary stuff over there. A lot of it now lately, huh?
Yep. So get ready for an accurate depiction of Ric Flair's life.
Yeah. Well, speaking of accurate depictions, Smark,
Yes.
Vice is coming out also with a documentary, which is coming out next week
Mhm.
on Vince McMahon, the one we had talked about a while ago. That Vice documentary is coming out on him. This one, I'm curious to see this one. I will check this out. Vice, obviously known for Dark Side of the Ring. I'm curious to see if this is going to be a hit piece or a fluff piece. What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, I'm thinking it's going to be the exact opposite of the Ric Flair documentary, so take with that what you will.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll go with that. But I mean, really, what do you think? I mean, you think this is going to be some sort of, big fluff piece, how great McMahon is, what he did for the business, blah, blah, blah? Or do you think there's going to be some scathing fucking stories coming out next week?
I mean, I think they're going to be going for the head, and I think some of it might be kind of, to be fair, there's also probably going to be some sensationalizing in this one as well. I'm not expecting everything to be completely fair and balanced and whatnot like that, but I think it's going to be interesting. I find him and everything that he's done to be sort of wildly fascinating anyway. Just the idea that this person exists, like he's done a lot of like fucking like in storyline, out of storyline, just a lot of like insane shit. So it's going to be interesting to see like what they choose to talk about, what gets left on the cutting room floor, if there's anything new that comes to light, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and wrestling fans are going to be waiting to pick this apart with every fiber of their being. they will be picking this apart. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out. I definitely want to see how this works. I want to see if, like you said, I want to see what they leave out. I want to see what they leave in. I want to see what they get into at the end. I mean, that's pretty much what everyone's waiting to see. What are they going to talk about at the end? How do they end this? Does it end with Vince leaving? Does it end with, I don't know, man. I think it's going to be really, really interesting to see how they're going to do this.
And another just thing is that I always wonder, in like all of these situations when they do documentaries, good or bad, just who are they going to talk to? Because like who is so comfortable with like where they are in their lives that they're going to be on film talking bad about him? You know what I'm saying? Like if that's what happens.
Okay, you got Honky Tonk Man and Nails.
The fucking Honky Tonk man's face shows up in the sky like it's the fucking bat signal. He's like, let me get my Gatorade, I'm on it.
Yeah, you got a Honky Tonk, you got Nails, and Bret Hart.
Honky Tonk Man, Nails, the Iron Sheik. It's like the fucking Suicide Squad of like 80s drug-addled professional wrestlers.
There you go. I mean, you just said the 80s right there, dude. Drug-addled wrestlers. I mean,
Hi, I'm Jim Cornette, and I would like to say a few things about Vince McMahon.
oh, come on. He'd be over there fucking blowing the guy waiting to get a fucking job back. Come on.
You think so?
Yes, I do.
I don't know.
Mm,
Like, I seriously wonder, this is another discussion for another day, is the money that he's making from his podcast and all the ad revenue that comes with all that bullshit more than what he would make if he like went to NXT, for example, or something like that?
oh, I don't see Cornette at NXT. Oh, I think he would rip. Oh, my God. He would be a miserable. I know he did OVW. This ain't OVW. This isn't indie wrestlers coming in to learn. This is fucking nobody who's coming in to learn. I think he would lose.
A lot of them have characters, though, so I feel like he'd appreciate that because there's like gimmicks aplenty from what I've heard about that place anyway.
Maybe he might, but I could see him losing his fucking mind quickly. Dude, imagine if Cornette had dealt with like the Lars Sullivan situation where he, supposedly like couldn't go out there, was scared to death or something. Imagine Cornette like sitting there dealing with that. He'd probably
Just
shoot the
pulling out a
fucking guy.
pistol and shouting at it.
Exactly. I just said he'd probably shoot the fucking guy. I mean, Jesus Christ.
He claims to have pulled a gun out on Brock. I don't believe that, but that's the story.
I don't know. Can a bullet penetrate Brock Lesnar?
Well, that's another thing. My theory was that if he would have like reached for it, Brock would have had him on the ground before he could have actually gotten it out. But I do like the idea of just Cornette just shooting at him and just the bullets ricocheting off of him.
Yeah, I don't think you could actually penetrate The Rock or Brock Lesnar's body with bullets. I don't think it works. I don't think that's how it happens.
No,
No.
no one penetrates.
No. No one penetrates Brock. He penetrates you.
Mhm. I mean, he was basically like pseudo fucking Keith Haring. He was just like riding on his back in that one fight.
Yeah. Frank Mir did beat him, though.
That one was kind of bullshit.
That was his first match, and he caught him in a fucking leg hook, and he fucking sunk it in. Frank Mir's a badass.
Well, the referee got involved too, and there was a whole thing.
Oh, the ref got involved and knocked him out? Did he use a foreign object?
We didn't knock him out, but like Brock was on him, and then the referee like stopped him or something. I forget. I didn't see the fight. Well, I did see the fight. I haven't seen the fight in a long time.
Brock, he couldn't defend himself. Remember in UFC, if you can't the words they use, if you can't intelligently defend yourself, the fight will be called. That's one of the rules. And that was one of the reasons they called that fight. Brock couldn't do shit. He was hanging on his leg like a fucking giant tick. Brock couldn't do shit to him, dude. He learned a lot after that, though. That
No,
never
see, there I
happened.
could show you. Brock has him on the ground. Brock's punching the shit out of him. I guess he's hitting him in the back of the head, so the referee stops it, telling him he can't
That's
do
one
that.
thing.
And then everything else went to hell from there. But I
But
mean, he was on top of him and dominating him, but he hit him in the head one too many times, I guess.
well,
Back of the head.
don't break the rules, and you won't give Frank Mir a chance to get you fucking turned around and in a leg hook.
I can tell you this: like he beats his ass for the majority of the fight. He just fucks around and gets caught in a bad position.
Oh, dude, standing up, Brock is a fucking beast. And I remember when he was fighting, who was it? Randy Couture, who after the fight said, he beat the shit out of Randy Couture. Randy Couture is a badass. But Randy Couture's like, you can't get away from those fucking ham hocks coming at you. He said those hands are so big, you move and they're still right where they were. He said it's just amazing. He said you can't get away from Brock's hands. He said they're fast and they're huge. You just can't get away from them.
Not only that, but he's insanely quick.
For a guy his size, yeah. Yeah, he is. He is. But yeah, I mean, Randy Couture was obviously championship fighter, actor now.
Like that was like way back when we've talked about this on the show before, but like there's that moment where Brock was interacting with Bo Dallas. I think it was like 3-man band situation, but like Bo Dallas slid out of the ring, and by the time his feet touched the ground on the mat, Brock was already out of the ring and right in front of him. So like I have no idea how the fuck he did that, other than just he is superhuman.
Yeah. I mean, the guy jumps from the floor to the ring apron, so it's not like he can't, jump and isn't quick and athletic. And oh, do you want to say hi, Lene? You do? You want to say hi to everybody? Okay, come here. Come here. Come here. We'll say hi. Say hello. There you go. Say hi, YouTubers. Okay. You want to get up now? Can I get a kiss right here? Thank you. Oh, thank you, my girl. All right, back to mommy. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about that one. She likes saying hi.
I understand.
It's either that or she screams. Take your pick.
Okay.
Take your pick. So, all right, where were we? I don't even know.
We were talking about Brock Lesnar being
a
fucking monster.
Absolutely massive. Yeah. I mean, that's neither here nor there, I guess. But yeah, I mean, the guy is obviously fucking quick, fast. I mean, just a fucking unbelievable athlete. So, yeah. I mean, listen, after Frank Mir fucking did what he did, he never lost another fight.
Nope. And he went back and beat the ever-loving shit out of Frank Mir. So all is well that ends well.
And his ground game got he must have just sat there and worked on his ground game for ages.
He did lose because he won the world title, and then he lost it to Cain Velasquez, I believe.
Interesting.
Or was it was either Cain Velasquez or Junior Dos Santos? I can't remember. Let me look her up.
I think you might be right with Cain Velasquez. I think you might be right on that, which is obviously strange since he's in the news too. Not our news, but we talked about him last week, though.
That is somebody who I do believe would be capable of pulling a gun on Brock.
Yes. Except he would hit Paul Heyman.
Well, yeah, he lost to Cain Velasquez, and then he lost to Alistair Overeem, but that's not fair because steroids. But then again, Brock probably was too. Either way.
Well, the last fight Brock was in, he popped after the fight.
Yeah. It was Mark Hunt. He beat the shit out of Mark Hunt, but then it became a no contest because he pissed dirty.
Yeah, and then Mark Hunt decided to go after and hold up UFC for money. Haven't seen him in a fight after that. Strange, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. You know, it's even stranger now that I'm looking at this. He beat Shane Carwin, who was Ronda Rousey's husband. So, that's got to be kind of weird to see, him at work after the fact.
How you doing? That's not who she's married to now. She's married to Travis. What's his name? Ronda.
Did I get that wrong? Oh, yeah, I did actually get that wrong. Never mind. I
Travis
take that back.
Travis Brown? Travis
Yeah,
Brick? Travis Brown?
Travis Brown. Yeah, I owe Ronda Rousey an apology.
Brown Brick? Yeah.
I think that's heroin that you're talking about.
I think that might be. All right. Just reaching down here, packing a little bowl. All right. So
He definitely wrote his Wikipedia entry.
what?
Let's see. Shane Carwin, he is a former interim UFC heavyweight champion. He is considered to be one of the hardest hitting athletes to ever fight in UFC. That is not a fact. That is an opinion. That doesn't belong in a biography. Interim UFC champion, yes, that could be backed up with evidence. The fact that you think that you're one of the hardest hitting fighters ever is just how you feel about yourself, and it's good that you have that confidence.
Yeah, but nowadays the word hit doesn't have the same, it doesn't mean the same thing. Things hit differently. Maybe that's what he meant. Like he's one of the hard, he hits hard.
Sure.
Like he's being hip. Hip, hit.
He's one of the cool. Shane Carwin is one of the coolest motherfuckers to ever enter the octagon, and like his Wikipedia pictures is him with sunglasses.
There you go. Shit. All right. Well, wish I had a picture of fucking Brock Lesnar. But yeah, I still don't think bullets can penetrate Brock Lesnar or The Rock. But anyway, Brock or Rock. Can't do it. All right. So I guess that gets us into something here. So we go from talking about all those guys to another pretty legit badass who was everyone remembers Umaga, of course, correct?
Yeah.
Solo Sikoa and the Usos have been paying a little tribute to him every now and then. That was Solo Sikoa's uncle, if I'm correct on the family tree. But Umaga also had a son named Zilla Fatu. He is actually now training at Booker T's wrestling school, the Reality of Wrestling school out in Houston, Texas. And they just on Tuesday, just yesterday, they actually welcomed him into this little family there, and he's going to follow in his father's footsteps. I believe he just got out of prison for aggravated robbery at the age of 15. He's 22 now, so he did just get out of prison, and he is going to try his hand now at wrestling. There he is right there. Anyone on YouTube can check him out right there. That looks like, dude, that is his father's son. Okay. Yeah, most definitely. A lot of people chimed in afterwards to congratulate him right after they did that. Let me see right here. Here's a little Twitter post right here. It said, "Welcome the newest member of the Reality of Wrestling training school, Zilla Fatu. His father, Umaga, was part of Reality of Wrestling, and now he begins his own journey." I'll tell you, it's they say it's hard to make a transition when you get out of prison. This kid's been in prison for it's like about 7 years. So I I think this could be really good for him. Not a lot of people get out of jail. They can't find steady work. They can't find this. No one will hire him. He's got an instant family to go to, like almost an instant support system. So hopefully it works out for him. And this could be something really good for him right after getting out. And I guess we'll see.
Indeed, we will. If they're going to bring him, they're going to sign him or whatever, they're going to bring him out. It's time to just full on embrace the sort of family element of it. Embrace his dad. Fucking bring back Armando Estrada out there. Fuck with cigar and everything, just being his manager. He's not doing anything right now. He'll do it.
There you go. Dirk is saying this must be the younger brother of Jacob Fatu. Maybe. I'm trying to see if it says anything about that in the article. Rikishi, of course, responded thanking Booker T. Um, and Reality of Wrestling, of course. I don't see that, but it does say where Solo Sikoa and Jey Uso keep been paying it a little tribute to their uncle lately. So yeah, that's probably who he is, though. Yeah, you probably got the family tree correct, also. So, and Jacob Fatu was out there fucking killing it.
Yeah.
So, is he over at New Japan right now? Is he in? Is that where he is?
I don't know about New Japan. He's in MLW.
Okay.
It's him, and I don't know what happened, because I think they were supposed. I think they do from time to time show up at GCW. I've had a couple GCW shows behind, but him and Juicy Finau were a tag team, and they just, if you don't know who Juicy Finau is, just picture a giant fucking Samoan and then an even bigger fucking Samoan tagging with him. That's the tag team. Is just two giant men just beating the shit out of like people who are significantly smaller than them, and it's fun to watch.
Jeez, man. I mean, all these Samoan guys are big anyway. I mean, Umaga's son isn't exactly the small kid. Look at him.
No.
I mean, he's got some prison ink going on there, but yeah, definitely not a small kid. And I mean, same picture right here, but without the little bigger. You can see not a small kid. I think he's gonna like I said. I hope this is something good for him. Just getting out of prison. Hope this will give him something to focus on instead of go back to doing anything wrong. So good shit right there. All right, Smark, hit it up.
There you go. So we were talking before about the Ric Flair documentary. We were talking about the Vince McMahon documentary. We talked about the Dark Side of the Ring episode of the Plane Ride from Hell. Somebody else who was featured on that, but is less of a despicable person than Ric Flair, theoretically speaking. Dustin Rhodes announced Saturday evening that 2023 will be his last year in wrestling. Rhodes made the announcement at Saturday's Blizzard Brawl event for Great Lakes Championship Wrestling. We all know them. Rhodes is currently signed to AEW. Making his professional wrestling debut in 1988, Rhodes spent his early career in World Championship Wrestling as the Natural Dustin Rhodes. He joined WWE in 1995, portraying the character of Goldust for several years before rejoining WCW in 1999. He returned to WWE in 2002 as Goldust and wrestled there sporadically through 2019. He also made appearances. He also made appearances for Impact Wrestling. Like they didn't want to put that on him that he was actually signed there for a while. He's been doing enough. Rhodes made his debut for AEW at Double or Nothing 2019, facing his brother Cody in a match that he ended up losing. I don't know why they included that. It's not a real. Anyways, since then he has appeared both as an on-air wrestler as well as a coach behind the scenes. His most recent match in AEW was on the August 24th edition of Rampage, where he lost to Claudio Castagnoli in a match that was for the Ring of Honor World Championship.
You don't really think of this guy when he goes out there and you see him doing the things he's doing and he's knocking fucking running Canadian destroyers out as an 80s wrestler. But I completely forgot it was not even 1990, it was 1988 when he came out. And I mean, look at the guy. I mean, this is a newer picture of him here. Not bad. My God, he's in great fucking shape and still can go out there and do his thing. But yeah, I'm sure after, from 1988 to now, I would imagine this guy's probably hurting a little bit when he wakes up, probably wants to start winding down, maybe go to a backstage role in AEW, more of a backstage role in AEW. And I can't say I blame him, man.
And that's the weird kind of thing, though, is that he basically, a lot of the wrestlers, when they're retiring, you just like, thank God. The last match, we talked about Flair's last match, like, please just don't get hurt. But like with him, those last couple WWE years, especially, it seemed like he's peaking on his way out. Like that was probably the best that he's ever been. Like that match with Cody was probably his best match. Like it was one of the better matches that I saw that year. It was. I hate to do it because I hate giving Cody credit because Cody's Cody, but it was a great fucking match, and he is a really good wrestler. They just didn't get a lot of credit because of circumstance. I mean, he had the gimmicks that were kind of a little bit weird sometimes. They didn't always have a lot to do with it. They didn't always give him a lot of stuff. And then he had that whole sort of, saga, the Impact saga, and just
Hmm.
things were going bad in his life, and he turned it around and all that. He's been through so much shit that he just, had he been able to, I guess, stay focused or whatever, he probably should have achieved more considering how talented he is, but he's been doing really fucking good.
And you really got to think about this guy's fucking career, man. He's had a hell of a fucking career. He's gone through, I mean, since 1988, he's been the natural, Dustin Rhodes, which, some of us saw him as, even in WCW, we went over there as that. Then he came out as Goldust. Then he was Black Rain, Das Wunderkind, brought up there, Dirk. Um, and then we even got Seven. Let's not bring up Seven, right? He doesn't even like when anyone brings up Seven. But yeah. But I mean, the guy's had an amazing fucking career. He's been, I mean, think about the controversy that Goldust was going through when, they did that character. That was a pretty controversial
Mhm.
character back then. It was very
Oh yeah,
controversial.
definitely.
Yeah. Um, it's a character that probably actually go over very well right now, believe it or not. I think that character has would have a even though he did get over, I think it would have gotten over quicker in this day and age than back then. But still, people would complain about it. It would still get complaints. Somebody would still be offended by it. So it probably wouldn't work. There you go. Uncle Fester Rhodes.
Yeah, I
Uncle
mean, how
Fester
they
Rhodes.
approached it would have had to been a little bit different, but yeah, I mean, it could potentially have still worked, but yeah.
And he's also been in some great tag teams. He always seemed to end up in that kind of odd couple tag team,
Mhm.
and Dirk is bringing up Goldust and Ahmed, Goldust and Booker T. Was very odd couple, but absolutely hilarious together. Those guys. That was when Goldust had the suddenly had Tourette's.
Yep. That was about halfway through, I think, or towards the end. But yeah, he got sent into a transformer. He got electrocuted, and then suddenly he had Tourette's. Which I
Yes.
mean, God bless him. He fucking fully committed. That was always a thing. Like he was even willing to potentially fucking get a boob job so that he could fit into his character better or some weird reasoning. But when he had
Um.
Tourette's, he went on the Howard Stern show with the Tourette's, full fucking gimmick, and was doing the whole Tourette's thing where he did
Mhm.
the same way that he talked in the promos, where he would, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, he was, man. But great fucking career. And yeah, for him to from 1988 to 2020, 2023. Hey, wrap it up, man. I'm sure that last match will be something special. I don't know who it could be against at this point.
I mean, even like Dirk was saying, Goldust and R-Truth, like they tried to kind of go back to
Mhm.
the well of the like Booker T Goldust thing, but even that tag team was a good tag team. They had their moments. It was a good pairing.
Dude, I mean, really, when you think about it, you don't think of, I mean, one bad run with the seven gimmick that we just talked about. But I mean, you also got to go back to those times when he was in TNA. He's admitted he was pretty fucked up, if you will. He was
Mhm.
pretty out of his fucking mind. Ended up being able to, get some help, pull through all that. And, I mean, we saw the guy tonight. He was out there tonight in the first match in the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal. Looks fucking great.
Yeah, and I mean, there are far, 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 far worse things that have happened in TNA, and there's even far worse instances of people being on drugs and it coming back to haunt them in TNA. Like, yeah, he worked fucked up, but it wasn't like super obvious. To his credit, I mean, it didn't really. Not until after he came out and said that, everything, it just sort of looked like he kind of lost his step or put on weight or something was going on, but you didn't know exactly, hey, this guy is fucked up.
No, Jeff Hardy was fucking 2 pies to the sky when they fucking let him out there in the fucking ring with Sting at Victory Road. What was that, 2007 or something like that?
Yeah, 2007, 2006, one of those.
Yeah, I
Probably
mean,
2007.
yeah, the guy, he was fucking blown out of his fucking mind. They let him out in the fucking ring. So yeah, I know TNA, they're kind of, listen, we're talking about the same company that when Kurt Angle was fired for drug abuse, basically. I mean, I'm simplifying it a little bit.
Oh, it was 2011, by the way. Sting versus Jeff Hardy.
Okay, sorry about that.
I'm surprised by how kind of recent that was in the grand scheme of things, because it's only
Yeah.
11 years.
I'm only 4 years off, but I'm only 4 years off. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I could have been 5. As long as you're not a whole hand off, you're okay. Sorry. Okay. But yeah, I mean, the guys had just an amazing fucking career. Like I said, I don't know, man. I don't blame the guy for wanting to wrap it up. Like I said, he's probably fucking not waking up very well. So I don't know, man. But you just gotta, I think that last match. Who really could you put him up against at this point, though? Right now, all right. Okay. I mean, we're literally.
It's hard because we're talking AEW.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. And we're weeks away from 2023. When in 2023 is he going to end? Did he say in that article? I didn't complete. I didn't.
No, just 2023 is his last year.
Well, I don't know if he's going to make it throughout the whole year or if he wants to quit literally in 2023 somewhere. I mean, shit. For all we know, we could have just saw his last match tonight.
I think there'll probably be some sort of fanfare. I don't think he's just going to straight up, I feel like they got to build some kind of program around it. I wouldn't even be opposed to just him having, if not for a pay-per-view cycle, at least one of the bigger shows that AEW does. Every year they have those big event shows. We're coming into Winter's Coming right now. Just one of those as an example of have him have a feud or at least a mini feud with MJF, just him trying to win that world title that's eluded him, and MJF just saying it's not going to happen, grandpa, that kind of shit. And then of course he doesn't win, but he puts on a good match.
See, I think that makes it predictable. The whole one more run, blah blah blah.
Or just give him a mid-card title. I mean, fucking who cares about the TNT title right now? Just let him have it for a month or two. Fuck it.
Then you're going to get this is a sympathy win. Oh, dude. Can't please anybody anymore. But I don't know. I'm racking my brain as we're talking, trying to think. You put him in a feud now. Who? Arn? What do you fucking throw Arn back in the ring for a little fucking quick match? No.
I mean, I guess Jericho. I mean, I don't know who else. He vaguely fits the time frame. They don't really have any real history together, but he's another older guy.
Dirk just said, who cares if it's a symphony win? Listen, if it's a bittersweet symphony win, I'm fine with that. Okay? Let it fly. Okay. I said sympathy.
Oh my God. We've got it. I figured it out.
What?
Have him compete for the tag team titles. Who would be Dustin Rhodes' natural tag team partner? Stevie Ray. Just have him try to go for the old magic again one last time. Wow. I don't know if Stevie Ray can wrestle anymore, but I still be okay with it happening.
I don't know. We used to get all kinds of news about his little podcast. What happened to Stevie Ray's podcast? Did he stop talking shit about people? What happened? I don't know. I don't know what happened.
The guy never knew that he had a podcast, and I'm sure that we've talked about it on here before.
I know me and Shaheen talked about it. I thought we did too. I don't remember. Time blurs together for me, but
now, Stevie Ray, you called somebody a fruit booty on the August 3rd edition, 1999 of Nitro.
It was probably Dustin Rhodes.
Yep.
It was probably fucking.
Yeah. I so bad. It probably isn't, but I just hope to God that like he's part of the Conrad committee.
Mm.
Stevie Ray and Conrad yucking it up.
No, he's not. I know he's not.
Son of a bitch.
Conrad doesn't need another fucking show to make money off of, the goddamn fucking scumbag.
Stevie Ray and Solomon.
There you go.
I mean, shit, if Stevie Ray wants to come on here, I'm welcoming him.
Okay. I was a huge fan of Harlem Heat back in the day.
That'd be pretty great. It's like I announced like the week before that I can't come on, and then the next week it's you and Stevie Ray, and you don't talk to him about his career. You just talk about like that week's edition of Dynamite.
I'll call him Smarky Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, Smarky Ray is on here.
I'd love to know what Stevie Ray's opinion on Darby is.
Fucking Spot Monkey.
Oh yeah, like Dustin's gonna go out on his back. I'd like him to put a younger guy over, maybe Darby or Orange. Stephen Butler says.
No, you know what? That I could definitely see him doing something like that. Not giving a shit if it's some sort of nostalgic, little feeler for everybody. I could see him definitely going out, putting over someone younger, and I could see either one of those two, Darby, Cassidy. Yeah, I could definitely see that, Stephen. 100%. Yeah, but you smart.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's ultimately probably what his last match will be, is him putting over a younger guy. But in the meantime, give him a couple of, some stuff to do. Like, it'd be a real bummer if those last years is him, like, sporadically appearing in, like, battle royals and, like, on episodes of Dark and shit. Like, actually give him a feud or two on his way out.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. But I don't know. I definitely could see him putting over some younger guys on his way out of here without a problem, and that'd be pretty cool to see. That would be pretty cool because Dustin's going to go out there and give 150 fucking percent like he does. I mean, like I said tonight, the guy was out there fucking killing it. So definitely got no problem with that right there. So, all right, I guess that's.
I mean, I'm not a fan of his, but like I can see it working. As like maybe have him and Danhausen do some shit. Like I don't want to suggest more TV time for Danhausen because I don't like him, but people would love it. People who aren't me would love it.
Dirk says, looking at my hair makes him want to watch A Bronx Tale. I love that movie. That's a fucking great movie. I'm trying to think of my Mario. Are you calling me Mario? Did you want to pass the Mario test? Okay.
You're saying it's greased?
Grease.
Yeah, is he trying to say that you get like a kind of a seedy appearance going on?
I don't know. I watched Grease this weekend. Both of them. Yeah. Christopher Kane says, what the hell is this battle royal? He just started AEW, I guess.
There you go.
Oh, I'm Slick. Slick died. Actually, Slick died. Mario died. They all fucking died.
Was he a giant soul, bro?
No, I'm not as fat as... Slick was a tubby little fucker. Come on, man. I'm not a tubby fucker, am I? Maybe I am.
There's a lady, and I told her quite a story. Said I'd love her forever. I
mean, I've had...
But the problem is I tell the same old story to every girl that walks through the door.
I've already had 2 beers. It's beer. This is beer right here. This is my keg. I store it. It's for warmth.
That was a big woman.
It's for warmth.
That's right.
There you go. Did you say big woman?
Yeah. Well, as you were having your "Am I fat or am I not fat?" sort of internal crisis, I was singing "Jive Soul Bro."
Oh, there you go.
Because that's what happens when somebody mentions Slick in my vicinity.
I was about to go with some, I wasn't sure if you were going for fat bottom girls or something. That's a good one.
Dirk says, "Nope, you're not tubby." Why don't you say, Dirk? Why don't you just say that?
He didn't put it in capitals. He didn't. No. He didn't put it like that.
I mean, I could read context clues. Reading comprehension is one of the only good things I was good at in school.
Well, I mean, dude, okay, nope, comma, you're not Tubby. I thank you, first of all. I don't think he was going there. Stop going social media.
About the canceled dirt. You take your wheelchair.
Canceled. Let's not cancel Dirt. No, we don't have to do that. Oh shit! All
Mr.
right,
McCain saying, "Damn, Big Cass went into beast mode." I actually kind of been liking Big Cass a little bit.
I always have liked Big
He's
Cass.
gotten better.
I always did like the guy. I think he got a fucking shitty deal when his fucking partner in crime was, you know, sort of giving him a bad name.
Well, he had his own problems too, though, because I guess he was
Yeah.
also kind of an asshole backstage. He's talked about it. He had a drinking problem and things like that. So
Yeah, and I'm sure he was trying to defend his friend also, which sometimes isn't the right thing to do. And I'm sure he was trying to do that. So, but yeah, he definitely did have some problems. Obviously, there was that whole thing we talked about where he was at some indie show and all fucked up. So,
how is that not like a top 10 list or a documentary or some sort of like episode of a podcast or something of just like wrestlers whose friends are just like gigantic assholes? Like there's so many good instances. You got Cass and Enzo, you got Homicide, Low Key, you got fucking Teddy Hart, Jack Evans. Like you just go all day long of just people who like have been unfortunately paired with just a giant dick.
I don't know. It'll be a 3-parter at least.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of them out there. So, yes, Dirk. Wait till he sees the Ricky Starks promo. It will make up for the fucking clusterfuck that he's watching right now. Once MJF comes out there. Which is why I have those two once again on the little side tiles here. But I mean, the last thing I have actually ties right into AEW. So
Let's do it.
I guess that's where we go from here. Let me move my bag of weed there. It was in the way of my thing there. Okay. All right. AEW time, folks. That's right. Dynamite time. Dynamite. There it is. They gave us a week off of the trios best out of 7 thing. They gave us a week off of that this week. So we didn't see the Death Triangle versus the Elite. Thank God. What?
Indeed.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad they did that because I think everyone was just like, Christopher Kane says it's over. Oh, what's over? Oh, that.
The Battle Royal, theoretically, I'm imagining.
Either the Battle Royal or promo, so hopefully. I don't know. But yeah, they gave us a break on
Apparently, the numbers did not do great with that being the main event. Like, it was apparently a really, really bad received, like, in terms of ratings episode of Dynamite last week.
Yeah, it was. It was not very well at all. Which I don't know. I still don't believe it's the fucking ROH shit. You're still seeing good wrestlers doing good wrestling. I really don't believe that's it. You're seeing the same wrestlers doing the same thing they would be doing, whether it's AEW, fucking ABC, fucking HIJ, KLM, NLP, QRS, any of those fucking companies, they would be doing the same fucking thing. It doesn't matter if it's what letters are fucking out there. I really don't believe that. I think just fucking right now, just not a good dude. Right now is a bad fucking time, dude, for anything. Everything, all ratings are going to be low right now. It's the holidays. People are out shopping. People are out doing shit. People are on vacation. Jesus is I'm sorry. Jesus is an AEW fan. Okay.
Carlito's bodyguard?
Yes, Jesus.
The guy who stabbed John Cena? Did you not see that picture? I can send you the picture.
Which one?
Then you have not seen the picture. I'll send you the picture. There is a It was a very interesting, I guess, cosplay that happened at AEW today. There was a old Jesus and Santa
Oh,
were just
yes.
kicking it.
I did see him. And I saw one sign he had that was ironic with what he was wearing. When someone came out, he said, here's the real Judas or something like that. When MJF came out,
Mhm.
he had something that said something about Judas on it. It was funny. I
I'm
forget
gonna
who it was who came out, but I did see him and the sign of the AEW Jesus. Yes.
gonna go ahead and send that to you on Messenger. Might probably be easy to bring up.
Let's see here. Oh, I'm still in Messenger. There it is. There, not yet. You didn't send it, or did you?
I said I'm going to, not that I did.
Come on,
I'm doing the best I can
get
here.
fucking moving. We're
Yeah,
live. We're live, pal.
that's right.
Come
Like, all
on.
right, we'll do it live.
Oh, we're live, pal. Do this. Don't make me put up a picture of Dynamite again. Okay, I'll do
So
it.
I guess in this scenario, I would be Sid and you would be Jim Ross, and I'm not sure which would be worse for either of us.
Let's see here. Right. I got to save it real quick first. I don't know the size it's going to be when I pop it up here, but I'll bring it in here anyway. Hold on one second, folks. All righty. Let's take this. We can shut that down. We can do that. I need to. Uh-oh. Where is it?
I will say also before you get the picture up, I didn't realize how much Jesus and Brian Danielson look alike.
Well, you're right. I think it is. Oh, let me shrink this down for everybody here. Doing this live right on air here. Sorry about that, folks. We're going to get that right there. We're going to shrink it down just a little bit more. We're going to bring it right up here. There we go. Right there. Just a little bit more right there. We go. Bring it up here in the middle. There we go. That is it right there, folks. All right. There we go. Let me get rid of Smark here. Okay. So there we go. Yes, it does. Does Daniel Bryan have a brother?
Yeah, it's possible.
Because, yes, it looks very much like Daniel Bryan. I will say that. But, yeah, Jesus not only likes wrestling, but wears sensible shoes.
Hmm. I mean, that does make sense. As a humble guy, I could totally see him rocking some Skechers.
Slip-ons.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Slip-on Skechers, not ties. Definitely. I actually want a pair of those slip-on Skechers. I hate tying my shoes in the morning.
I've for the last like 5 or 6 years, I've been wearing slip-on shoes, and now I've switched back.
Oh, now you're wearing some ties.
And it's actually really fucking incredibly inconvenient now.
I usually wear, like, hiking boots. And on my hiking boots, I have, it's got the laces, the regular ones, but it's got the hooks on the sides.
Mhm.
So all you have to do is, twist it, cross it, and hook it. I like those. So, but I got on my Converse All Stars right now, and I got to tie those.
You need some Velcro.
No, I don't.
I'd say I need some Velcro. That works for me.
I don't like Velcro shoes. Those are for children's, Mark.
Hmm.
Children.
I mean, so are the fucking light up ones, but I want those too. I want the fucking size 16 light up shoes, like the ones that fucking Naomi used to have.
My
I want to
kid,
feel the glow, man.
actually, my middle one, my Dylan, the 9, almost 10-year-old, has the Skechers skate shoes.
Hmm.
I wouldn't mind a pair of those. Although I'd bust my ass. That's why I don't get a pair, because I'm afraid I'm going to fall on my fucking ass.
I wear slip resistant shoes.
What?
I said I wear slip resistant shoes,
Oh, there you go.
like the ones that you get for the people that work at the restaurants and shit.
Yeah.
They're slip resistant, oil resistant, all that kind of stuff.
That's what my boots are. They're all that shit. Waterproof, too, I believe. Yes, they're waterproof. Water resistant, not waterproof. But I like my boots. It's just they're pretty old, beat up, and the insides are starting to, like, I wore them yesterday, and the pair of socks I wore had a hole about that big when I took them off at the end of the day. So I think my boots have had it. Need a new pair.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. I guess, yeah, let's get into fucking Dynamite, bruh.
That's right. As you said, it started off with the Battle Royal, which appears to have been highly well received in the chat room.
Yeah. Pretty much we all know, we're all used to it by now. It's been 3 fucking years. AEW Battle Royals are clusterfucks, and they're a little different than any other Battle Royal. They bring out 2 guys. Everyone else is already out there like lumberjacks, and they jump in the ring. Basically, is how this happens. So this was not too bad, but definitely a clusterfuck. As I said, we do know most battle royals in AEW end up being clusterfucks. Early in the match, Smark, we got some let's go Ricky chants right away.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like this match was tailor-made for him. I kind of think it was. Now, something I noticed, Mark, I don't know if I got a feeling you did too, because you pay attention to things. Did you notice Brian Cage more than once in this match looking not only out of place because he was bigger than most of the guys, but literally looking lost at more than one time in this match, almost just sitting there in the corner like, what can I do now?
But usually, that always happens in battle royals. There's usually always like 1 or 2 guys that are just like, all right, should I lay out, or should I like jump somebody from behind, or what should I do here?
Well, again, AEW's camera work was focused on him almost every time he looked completely lost in the match. I mean, like he's looking around almost. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I love Brian Cage. I like the guy, but there were more than one time in this match I just saw him looking completely lost. I don't know. Jungle Boy eliminated him anyway, so it didn't fucking matter.
I mean, it's kind of his career, is he's just kind of perpetually lost. Like, it just for some reason just never quite finds the right recipe.
Which is fucking amazing, dude. He's a jacked dude. I know he's not the tallest guy, but he's jacked. He can fucking wrestle. He can do the aerial shit. He doesn't mind. I've never heard much about his attitude being wrong. What's the problem with this guy?
He doesn't really get in a lot of shit. Like, usually, the only time he ever really causes controversy is he like gives opinions about comic books on Twitter, and then people get angry at him. That's all I've ever seen happen. I don't know. I guess maybe he needs a manager or something. I mean, they tried that before, but like, try it again. Try it with somebody else.
Try it again. See what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, regardless of what happens, he's won at life, considering who he's married to.
Yeah, you got a point there. But
I wonder what Joe Rogan thinks of him.
He should just come clean about the PEDs. Anyway. A lot of the end of this match was Ethan Page yelling at Matt Hardy. Because remember, I like how you're trying to act stoic as your dog is licking your face.
It's really more of just like me like tucking my lips in so that she doesn't like kiss me on the lips because I love my dog. That's weird.
Okay. Excuse me. I got you there. But again, a lot of this match, Ethan Page screaming at Matt Hardy because remember, the firm owns Matt Hardy due to some sort of match on Rampage, I believe.
Yes, due to a match that nobody remembers or gives a fuck about. Like, this is the storyline that they're really trying to like keep in. It's going.
With the fucking Rampage ratings, they really shouldn't try to bring storylines over from Rampage to here. I really believe they should fucking stop that shit.
Yeah, I remember when this happened on Rampage. No,
Mm-mm.
no.
No, no one does. No one does. But this whole thing was going on though, and at one point, Matt Hardy's doing his whole delete thing, and you clearly saw Ethan Page go, "Cut that shit out!"
Mhm.
Clearly, Ricky Starks did end up winning this match. MJF comes out immediately. Now you got to think about this. MJF went from the crowd; his music would hit, and the crowd would fucking cheer. This was
Mhm.
2 weeks ago. Actually,
Yes.
1 week ago, they cheered when he came out. Even with the way he won, they were cheering him when he came out. This week, he's already got the crowd back to hating him. Fucking
Mhm.
awesome. Absolutely fucking awesome. MJF basically starts out telling Brian Danielson, "You're too scared to be here this week." Blah blah blah. Now he lays into Ricky Starks, which invokes some "shut the fuck up" chants from the crowd. Smart.
Yes.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And he called Christopher Kane put this line in, called Ricky Starks a dollar store Dwayne Johnson. Um, Obviously you can tell when Ricky Starks is out there, he's got a little bit of the rock in his character. So MJF obviously pointed that out. Now
It's better him doing it than fucking LA Knight doing it.
LA Knight is doing it anyway. Now MJF, even though the crowd absolutely despised him, once he called Ricky Starks a pebble instead of a rock, the crowd did chant pebble. So they were evenly fucking with both of them. But I did think it was funny when MJF said he was going to take the pebble and skip it across the ocean, right back, skip his ass right back to Billy Corgan's NWA. I thought that was kind of cool. And then Ricky Starks grabs the mic. And I was like, oh shit. What's going to happen here? Ricky
The
Starks,
moment of truth.
the moment of fucking truth. And Ricky Starks delivers. Absolutely delivers tonight. Lays right into fucking MJF. Starts out calling him Maxi Pad. Crowd start
Mhm.
chanting Maxi Pad. Just, I mean, brings up the whole that he, oh, you're trying to be Piper, blah blah blah. Perfect fucking line to bring up. And then, he just starts from head to toe. He made fun of MJF from what he fucking, his shoes to his hair, literally head to toe, fucking put him down. And then Ricky Starks starts cutting this emotional promo on MJF, just what he's been through, what he's done. He's not stammering. He's not stuttering. He's not flubbing his lines. He's barely taking a breath. He's just nailing this fucking promo, Smark.
Mhm.
I just nailing this fucking promo, man. What just go ahead, man. What did you think here?
I thought he did a great job. I mean, obviously not so much when we were watching him in NWA. I wasn't like a huge fan of his because he just kind of seemed like a generic character. But for the longest time now, ever since that match that they had, it was him and Hobbs versus Keith Lee and Swerve in New Orleans, where the crowd was just like super, it was a home crowd, but they were super fucking into him, and the match was really good. I've thought that he's had the potential to be a really big star for them, and I think that if he can deliver more promos like this, then that will be the case. Because that was like the problem we were talking about before is when MJF was going against Moxley, they were booing Moxley.
Right.
So it's like, well, fuck, if Moxley can't get the crowd behind him to cheer for him to beat MJF, who's going to be able to do it? So like I felt it kind of that seemed like it was a case where it seemed like it could potentially be whoever was going up against MJF was like it was going to be a death blow for them. It's like they're not going to be able to get the crowd to be with them. And it seems like Starks did a good job of getting the crowd behind him,
Mm-hmm.
chanting along with what he was saying, and all that. The crowd didn't turn on him. That's a great sign.
No, and when I mean, and everyone loves when you just put all the emotion you've got into the fucking promo, and he did, man. He put every ounce into that fucking promo, and like I said, that he delivered. He nailed this fucking promo. I really now this match is happening next week because he won this little battle royal, but they definitely got to go back to this because these after this, imagine what this build could be with these promos.
Yeah, and I think the fact that they're like, giving him a match against MJF is a good sign for like the longevity or the projection of his career, the trajectory. That's what I was looking for, because they're going to put it out there. They're going
Right.
to like show you him, vying for the belt, and then obviously something's going to happen where he gets screwed, and you're going to want to see that moment eventually conclude where he actually does end up doing it. He does end up winning the belt. Like
Right.
I think it's a little bit more meaningful than just your normal like first title defense where nobody expects the person that's challenging to win, and it's kind of just a throwaway feud, throwaway match, what have you. Like this seems like this could actually have a sort of long-term story that you could tell.
Oh yeah. Oh, most definitely. This definitely has a good fucking story. And like I said, the promos between these two would be absolutely great the whole way through it. But I definitely see him either continuing this story or revisiting this story, especially after tonight. If it gets the reaction I think it's going to, I think they'll definitely revisit this story tonight. We go through. MJF gets a low blow in. And I thought this was great that they, MJF is celebrating the low blow a little bit, but it gave Starks enough time to get up. And I thought it was great that they let him come out because I think everyone expected MJF to end up taking him out and come out on top in this one. And he didn't. He didn't. Ricky Starks ends up getting I think it was, he hit him with a spear, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And took out MJF, grabs the AEW title and raises it up. And that was pretty much it. That was the first 30 minutes of the show was incredible. I loved it. I thought it was great. I barely wanted to take fucking notes. I just wanted to sit there and watch and listen.
Right. Yeah, so it was
So
a lot of fun. I enjoyed it as well.
yeah, most definitely. And then we go from this, you know, basically greatness to Moxley cutting his. Look, I like Moxley, but I hate to say this. Moxley cutting the cookie cutter Moxley promo on Jericho Appreciation Society. Anything different about this promo that he said last week, the week before, the week before that, the week before that?
I mean, you could say that about kind of everybody, though. It's just when you find the formula that works for you, you can be kind of maybe over reliant on it, or you could just sort of there's going to be weeks here and there where it's just sort of color by numbers. Like you could definitely, if you look back at like I bashed him earlier, but Flair is a fucking phenomenal promo. But if you go back and look at some of those old episodes of Nitro, I'm sure you could find a couple of episodes, like couple of promos that he did that are basically just copy and paste of just like, all right, you yell here, you drop the elbow on the suit here, that kind of shit.
Yeah, but okay. To me, it's a little different. Moxley cuts the same promo. He's backstage. He's either got the garage or a fucking truck behind him or something. And he comes out and he talks about how he's going to draw blood, like, MJF said, drink piss or something, and kill the person he's after. And he's crazier than anyone and he doesn't mind bleeding and this. And there's your Moxley promo. If I was screaming, it would have been better.
You start bleeding for no reason.
There you go. I could have just bladed myself.
Kind of stole that from Flair, didn't he?
Blading everywhere. Just blading
Just
all over the fucking
bleeding
place.
for no apparent reason. If Moxley just starts crying for no reason, like Flair's gonna have to take him to court.
Ooh, there you go. I like that one. Oh, shit. Oh, couldn't stop it, folks. Sorry.
Moxley's marriage fails and he
There's
loses
that.
all his money. Flair's gonna have to take him to court.
You see what that Moxie promo did to me? It made me fucking yawn.
There you go.
There you go. So we had Darby Allin after that versus Samoa Joe.
That was another kind of good like Darby Allin did a pretty decent promo of just like him saying that he's gonna, endure, that he's gonna see if Joe actually can kill him, what Joe can put him through, and then Joe just being like, "You done fucked up, boy."
Yeah,
And that was
exactly.
about, like, that's pretty much all Joe needs to do and say. Like, he's good at actually making it believable that he really does want to just like fucking name somebody.
Yeah, and really, it made sense when the match happened because Joe beat the shit out of him. Darby let him fucking damn near fucking kill him. And it really, I didn't think it was like this fucking incredible match, but I did think it was a fucking good match. Joe pretty much had the upper hand throughout the whole match, except at one point where Darby made a comeback and then Joe swatted him down like a bug. Like a bug. He swatted him down. And Joe ended up choking him out and making him pass out. Again, Darby didn't tap, as we all knew he probably wouldn't. And then Joe just starts beating Darby down with his own skateboard, for God's sakes. Hits the avalanche muscle buster on the skateboard, on the wheels of the skateboard, actually, because he turned the skateboard over and put it down. Then it starts choking him out again. Wardlow comes out, and Joe runs like a fucking pussy. What? Look, I get
that part doesn't make sense.
But I get the chicken shit heel. I get it. I do. But I don't think that works on Joe.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work for him.
Right. Exactly.
Because like, okay, he just got done beating the shit out of somebody, and then somebody who he beat. I mean, I guess he pinned Hobbs, so you could semantics or whatever, but there's really no reason why Joe should suddenly be afraid of Wardlow. That doesn't necessarily make sense. You're right there.
Yeah, again, like I said, I totally understand chicken shit heel gets out of the ring. I know, but that's just not the character that Joe is. Joe is fucking, take them all. Whoever fucking comes down, I'll beat the shit out of them. Not, oh shit, Wardlow, I should grab my titles and get the fuck out of here.
Right.
This went from Joe is going to kill you to Joe is going to run from you. I mean, I don't know. I might be nitpicking a little bit there, but whatever.
I don't know if that's a criticism or a genuine question, but Christopher Kane asked, I wonder who's going to watch the Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
I don't know.
Is it possible to not be a liar by saying that I'm interested in some of the matches, but I probably also won't watch the pay-per-view?
Dude, I mean, Jericho versus fucking, what is it? Jericho versus Claudio? That is not going to be a bad match, dude.
That'll be a good match. Juice Robinson versus Samoa Joe, they announced that. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
If I heard correctly, Mercedes Martinez versus Athena, I'd watch that.
Okay. There's some good matches.
Because, like, they're trying to, I guess, because of what happened with that whole dark match, they're trying to, like, I guess, build Athena up to being, like, this hard-hitting wrestler.
Right. So
watching her and Mercedes Martinez punch each other in the face a bunch of times is entertaining enough to me.
I'll go with that. So, yeah, I don't know who's going to watch it, but somebody will. Trust me.
I might watch a match or two. I'm not trying to watch like 3 hours of fucking Ring of Honor, but I wasn't trying to watch 3 hours of Ring of Honor before.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's going to be, I'm sure it's not going to get that great of a buy, but again, there's so many ways to watch a pay-per-view nowadays, if you get my drift.
Yeah. You go to your local Hooters or closed circuit theater.
Right. Absolutely. That's how you do it.
I do like the idea of somebody going into Hooters just insistent that they turn on the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, and then just all of the girls there laughing and making them leave.
Jesus, you should be watching AEW, not this ROH stuff.
Just some big titted blonde just turns around and be like, "We only watch Stardom here, sir. We don't watch that fucking commoner shit."
Yeah. That'd be great. All right. So anyway, we get Tony Schiavone. He's backstage with Orange Cassidy and Kip Sabian. Kip Sabian coming off of the clusterfuck battle royal after he was attacked by Dustin Rhodes, basically in that match, or knocked out by Dustin Rhodes, really. Cassidy tells Sabian, "Look, if you want a shot at my title, all you gotta do is ask." Sabian says, "Oh, you wait till I'm not at my best." I'm paraphrasing. Cassidy's like, "Well, shit, if you don't want to fight me on Rampage Friday night," putting over Rampage, "find someone who will." So Sabian then, for some reason, tried to look like a 1940s villain, but if you look at Chris Sabian, or I'm sorry, Kip Sabian, not much of a difference. Again,
Let's not talk bad about Chris Sabian.
you're right. You're right.
Deserve that.
I didn't mean to insult the guy. But again, I think I nailed it with Lady Frost with a beard. I really do. And I'm not trying to insult Lady Frost, but I think I might have nailed it with the with what he looks like. Kip Sabian. Yeah.
It would have been pretty great if, like, Orange Cassidy just told him all you need to do is ask if you want a title shot, and he asked him, and Orange Cassidy just says no. That's how the promo went. Like, all you need to do is ask, like, "Can I have a title shot then?" Like, "No, you're Kip Sabian. Get out of here."
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here with your fucking gray hair. God, you're not even old enough to fucking be gray. Get out of here.
I don't understand the point of everything that's been going on with him. Because, like, for like a year or whatever, I guess he was injured or something, but like for a year, he's wearing a paper bag over his head and just randomly showing up on episodes of Dynamite. And that concluded with him having a match against Pac at the pre-show that he lost. And then he lost in the Battle Royal. And now here we are.
Well, here's my thing. Here's my question. Sorry. Now, we know he had a little thing with Miro, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think maybe he brings back Miro? Is it time to get Miro back on TV? Who else could he be thinking about to come out and take on Orange Cassidy? Besides,
I really hope that they, after everything that he's been doing, and by everything, I mean everything that he was doing like 3 months ago when they would actually have him on TV, all the Redeemer stuff was cool. I hope that he doesn't revert back to just being a gamer with like the fucking dyed hair.
yes.
Like, please don't do that to poor Miro. Please don't do that to the man.
Yes. That is what I was saying. If he's bringing back Miro, this is like fucking, the old saying, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. How about 10 steps back?
No, it's regression at its finest.
This would be 10 fucking steps back. And I want to mention something. You've got the All Atlantic title, right?
Mhm.
This beautiful title. You should be showing it off. Orange Cassidy carries that bitch around in a bag, dude. And sometimes I got to tell you, I don't even think he has the fucking title.
That is sort of a good. I hadn't considered that, but that's actually a good point. It's like that doesn't require you to actually possess the title the entire time.
No. Not even church in the bag, number one. And why would you listen? I know this is his gimmick, but why would you want your title not being blatantly, proudly shown on television and stuffed away in a backpack? I don't know. I could be fucking nitpicking, but that's just, he's got the backpack over his shoulder and no one ever sees the fucking title unless he brings it out during the match. And it's like, dude, I mean, what do you got? Gatorade in that bag? Orange juice?
what's in the bag. I mean, I guess it fits the character is what they're trying to do. And maybe that does end up actually leading to something where like somebody beats them up and then they take the bag and they think they got the belt, but it's fucking orange juice or something.
Orange juice and flour or something.
It's
I don't know,
copy
man.
fucking WCW NWO Revenge for the Nintendo 64.
Oh, there you go. I just think when you have a title, and this title is not exactly like a title with fucking prestige and lineage and fucking, time behind it. It's a new fucking title. Would you not want that proudly displayed? Proudly displayed by whoever's holding it. It's just, again, I could be fucking completely wrong here, nitpicking. I know it's his gimmick, but if I owned a wrestling company and this was the one, what you wanted to do, I'd be like, you know what? No.
No.
For the exact reasons I just said, no. We're going to go a different way with this. Sorry. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't have it this way. There's times where I think Tony Khan just doesn't, it's like afraid to speak up to these guys. Like he's the fucking talent that has no balls to speak up, you know?
Do we have time to go on a complete detour?
Sure.
Because I just found this is from August 8th, 2014. It's a What Culture article. It's a list. The top 10 divas with the worst boob jobs. 10 WWE divas with the worst boob jobs. This is from 2014, so it was a different game back then.
I need like a tit talk stinger.
Because I was typing in a something for WCW. I was doing a WCW search for something that they got and said, but I was looking, and then we came across this. Okay, number 10, Cherry. Do you remember Cherry? She was the Deuce and Domino's manager.
I do.
SmackDown.
I do. Deuce or Domino. One of them was Sam Snuka.
I mean, it'd be kind of fun to read these articles, but I'm not going to read 10 different paragraphs on bad tit jobs. Number 9 was Jillian Hall.
Oh yeah. Okay, I could see that. Her voice made them look worse. Go ahead.
Number 8. This might be controversial. We'll see how everybody feels about this one. Number 8, Stephanie McMahon.
No. Those were motorboat worthy.
For a while, but there was that one moment where she was on TV and like she was like wrestling, or there was some kind of like she was fighting somehow, and like they looked like Jericho's, and that was scary. Anyways, number 7, okay. I don't agree with this at all, but number 7, Melina.
What?
Yeah, that doesn't. You know what? Well, maybe we'll read a little bit of this. Melina is perhaps the purest example of WWE boob job craze of the naughties. At back end of 2002, she applied herself, participated third annual Tough Enough, but was limited for tryouts. No. Okay, yeah, they're not really talking. They're talking about her career. That's
who
not
cares?
important to this. Number 6, again, 2014. We're probably not going to talk about this too much. Number 6, Ashley Massaro. Ooh. Sad times. Number 5, Jacqueline.
No, those were, dude. No.
She got the desired result. I mean, they are cartoonishly large, considering that Jacqueline's like 3 feet tall.
No, when the Dudleys ripped that top off, those things were fucking grade A beauties. No. I totally disagree with that. Jacqueline, excellent boobs. Excellent.
I mean, I think she's great. I would absolutely still would. There we go. They did talk about that incident of like her titties falling out at the UK pay-per-view. I'm going to disagree with that one. Number 4. Ooh, this is going to get you hot. Number 4, Deborah.
No.
Again, this is worst boob jobs.
I get that. Hers weren't even that huge. They were not that big. They were enhanced, but not like fucking super enhanced. So go ahead. All right.
Deborah's albeit brief success following on from the equally brief success of Sable might give us some insight into why WWE persisted with the massive tits on a puny body. Look, there's a lot of there's hyphens and all that.
Well-
Massive hyphen tits hyphen on hyphen a hyphen puny hyphen body. Look for years to come. Then they talk about Trish Stratus and other people.
Well, that was an exact
see,
quote
number-
from the hyphen quote was an exact quote from Steve Austin.
There you go. Number 3, I can maybe agree with this one. Number 3, Terry Reynolds.
Okay.
Not a great boob job.
Okay. I'll go with that one. There's finally one I agree with.
Again, 2014, keep this in mind. Number 2, China. Sad times again.
I like
who gets number 1?
I don't know, but China's, dude, we saw them in many, many ways, and I liked them in every way.
It's kind of anticlimactic, I guess, but number 1, Barbara Bush, aka Nurse BB. She was like with the company for like a fucking month.
Also known as Barbie Hayden. Right?
There you go.
Barbie Hayden. I think those were pretty nice. Matter of fact, she still looks fucking good. Matter of fact, she looks amazing right now. If you follow her on Facebook or any social media, Barbie Hayden's still looking good, and those things are still holding up, dude. If you know what I mean.
There you go. I mean, this is almost a 10-year-old list, but there is the top 10 worst boob jobs. Dirk saying Jacqueline is fine. I agree. I think she's very attractive.
That's what I mean. Grade A, beautiful boobies, and they fit her well. She's grade A, beautiful too. But man,
then I'm also trying to think about like who would be a modern day example of bad boob jobs.
Kofi Kingston. Chris Jericho? Jericho? No? Okay. All right. Let's just move on.
There you go.
Great one, Smark. I like that. All right. From bad boob jobs to Claudio and Yuta.
Oh, no, that actually works perfectly because that man has the most dynamic nipples in the history of wrestling. Those things are fucking amazing.
Those things are fucking pepperonis. Fucking like deli like deli pepperonis.
Those would have fit on Jacqueline's giant fake boobs.
Oh no, man. I'm down with Jacqueline's.
I'm down. I'm trying to sound like I'm clowning on her. She's hot.
I know. I got you. But all right. So we got Claudio and Yuta. They come out with Moxley. Moxley's down there in their corner. Daniel Garcia. This is versus Daniel Garcia and Jake Hager. They're down there with Sammy Guevara, who spent most of his time at the ring just looking at the crowd. Now, at one point in the match, Hager? Did I say Hanger? Hager hands Claudio a hat. And he kicked that motherfucker like it was a beach ball being fucking tossed around by the audience.
I feel like that was not unintentional.
Number one, I also feel like, trust me, I know I will not be the first one to come up with that reference tonight. So there you go. I'm not taking credit.
He should have been booed out of the fucking building for that. Hager extended an olive branch.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to let him wear. He doesn't let anybody else wear that hat. That hat means a lot, and we've seen him pumping gas at a gas station shirtless while wearing the hat. That hat means a lot. It's a magical hat, according to Hager.
Mm-hmm.
And he extended the olive branch, gave him the hat. Claudio boots the fucking thing.
Well, that wasn't the real hat, if you notice. That was like a purple fishing hat.
So, okay, the replica hat.
Yeah, that wasn't the same hat. That was definitely not the same hat, in my opinion. So, anyway, kicks the fucking thing like a beach ball. Like I said, just a little joke there. Yuta and Claudio do get the win. Now, Tony Schiavone comes out to talk to those guys, the whole Blackpool Combat Club. I'm kind of wondering why they're trying to keep together fucking ashes.
Mm-hmm.
Why do this? There's no, just let it fucking die. It's not a
You know
problem.
what this reminded me of? It like you know those like movies and TV shows and sitcoms and shit like that where
Mm.
like a character dies or gets written
Mm-hmm.
off the show, and then the family's like watching their will.
Yeah.
Like this is what this segment was.
Yo, exactly, dude. I definitely agree with that. It was almost like that. Um, they're basically what happens is suddenly we get this video of Regal, and they're like, "Here you go, guys. Here's the video of Regal," and he's telling this whole little fucking sob story and everything. Um, it's wait a minute. Why isn't that popping up? That pops up. Interesting. Let me move that up a little bit. I'll get it to pop up. Nope. This one. Go, 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 go. Okay. Still not popping up. Interesting. I have a picture that won't pop up here.
No.
I don't know why it won't. I have no reason it should not be popping up here. Interesting. That's all right. I could put this picture up. William Regal, he's up there and he's doing this whole little video thing, and he's talking about how why he slid the brass knuckles to MJF to beat Moxley. This is obviously being done right after the pay-per-view because I mean they probably recorded it after, but they want you to think it's right after the pay-per-view. And he sits there and he's explaining some of this, and basically he says, "Look, I'm Blackpool Combat Club till I die, but I just realized they don't need me anymore. They're good on their own." And he said, "But they would never have let me go." And obviously, this seemed like more of a send-off for Regal than anything. Well, obviously, a lot of people think this man is going back to WWE with Triple H putting out the little video, and I could see it happening, and I wouldn't doubt it. JR sort of confirmed it. Basically, he said on his podcast that he is leaving and more than likely heading back to WWE. He said he can't exactly say that he is heading back to WWE, which makes total sense that he can't say that. But he definitely thinks he is. He also says, and this is a quote from Jim Ross, "I don't know if you can replace him at all, quite frankly." Now, some of the things they were saying about Regal Smark was that he was kind of disenchanted with AEW. He thought that the younger guys would be much more willing to learn, and when they weren't willing to learn, he was a little disappointed. They said he would basically be back there talking and, almost holding court, kind of holding class with the guys, and there wouldn't be enough people there. And Brian Pillman even said, listen, one of the articles said that there was no one there, and Brian Pillman was like, not true. There was a good amount of guys there. Should there have been more? Yes, but there were a decent amount. But it just seems like William Regal was a little disenchanted by AEW, the atmosphere, and just the way that the younger talent just doesn't respect the opinions of what's going, what the older guys have. Regal is a guy that has many years in this business. Obviously, we've seen this guy go through a few characters. I mean, let's remember, folks, this is the handyman we're looking at here.
He's a man.
Absolutely.
Such a man. The man's a man.
He's a man's man. But this guy has knowledge in the business that is amazing. He is one of the absolute legends, if you ask me. I have always been a fan of William Regal. I didn't care what kind of bad guy he was. I always liked this guy. He always it just always fucking just attracted me to watching him. Bad guy, good guy, no matter what he was. But I always liked Regal. And the fact that, you got Hangman out there, Smark, making comments like, I don't really listen to the fucking veterans. This is a guy right here I would listen to. I would listen to everything he had to say. This is a guy who's made it, dude. He's made it.
And we'll never know, but more than anything, I wish we could know the people that showed up versus the people that refused to go and just thought that they were above it. Because it's who out there feels like that I know more than he does. Where it's there's really only a couple of people who couldn't have benefited from that.
Yeah, or who would think that William Regal is out of touch or doesn't know the fucking style of today? William Regal, man, this guy was at NXT with a bunch of younger guys, and it was a good show when he was there. So I don't know, man. I'm totally with you. I don't know what morons wouldn't have been fucking down there soaking in every bit of information like a sponge from William Regal, but
I like the idea of just somebody being yeah, I don't think there's anything that I could learn from William Regal, and then you just pan the camera out and it's just Bryan Danielson just staring bullets into Marina Shafir. Are you fucking kidding me? You'll go to the goddamn seminar right now.
My God, go and record it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Every
Watch
word.
it back as many times as you need to.
Yes. Record every word he says, woman. Oh, shit. All right. Then we get this House of Black video.
Oh, by the by.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Khan did do a press conference. Or video call or some shit. He spoke with the media. He should know better than that. Anyways, Khan opened the call. It was a media call with an 18-minute story. Should laugh about that based on what follows. But Tony Khan, laugh now because it gets sad. Khan opened the call with an 18-minute story about his mother suffering 2 strokes in the fall.
Oh.
One that happened between All Out and Grand Slam, which, oh my God, shitty timing based on everything else that happened after All Out. And the other happening around the time of his 40th birthday in their homecoming event. He said the situation helped give him a better perspective on the importance of family, as Regal requested the company not pick up his option so he could return to WWE to coach his son and spend time alongside longtime friends in the golden years of his career.
All right. And I didn't even mention his son is working at NXT. What's his name?
I don't remember, but you cannot pretend like it's not William Regal's son,
right?
Because that kid looks incredibly British.
He looks like him. He wrestles like him.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's not McDonough, is it? I forget the name. I totally.
No, that's
yeah, I forget the name. So anyway, I did get the picture. Yeah, this is what it looked like up there with Regal just sitting there talking, and they almost made it. They made it very soap opera like.
It was so fucking weird. I would like I don't know. I'd like to get your opinion on that because it was just basically all right, so I betrayed you guys because I wanted people to go after MJF, so I made MJF win the belt. But I still love you guys, and if you're watching this, that means it's too late. But you guys, I taught you guys everything that I know, and you guys look after Yuta because he needs all the help he could get. All right, I'm going back to NXT.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what do you need, babe? They're behind the TV. You'll see them.
I was wondering, at what point they were just going to start divvying up his inheritance.
Yeah, it's almost what it seemed like.
Who gets the hard hat? Who gets the flannel? Who gets the brass knucks?
Exactly. It seemed like he was dying, and then I thought it was even funnier that after all this was over, Moxley completely no-sold it.
He didn't. Yeah, he because they give him the microphone and he's like, "Well, I'll tell you what, at the pay-per-view."
Yeah. Paul Heyman was somewhere extremely proud. I'm telling you right now. Sell the pay-per-view. Attaboy. Yes. Yes.
I feel like Moxley knew what it was that he had just watched, and he was like, "You know what? I'm calling it audible."
Check out the pay-per-view. Fuck all y'all.
It's
Okay.
like, hey, you remember that time that fucking an exploding ring didn't explode, and then Kingston and I just talked about something else the next week? That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah. He didn't bring it up. He totally went to the pay-per-view. Like I said, Paul Heyman was somewhere extremely proud at that point.
I
Um,
mean, I'm glad that they at least like sort of gave and like closure to the storyline or whatever. It's better than just them having storylines dropping shit. But it
yeah,
was so fucking odd. It was the oddest. It was so strange. Like I would love to hear what other people have to say about it because it's just so fucking strange.
it was, man. It was weird. It was a little odd. And you're
And
right. It
it's
was
like
almost like someone died.
if Regal and like what I don't understand more than anything is like if Regal's like delivering a message to them in case something bad happens. Because that's what he's saying. He's like, I'm being the bad person that I am. Eventually, I expect something bad to happen. Why did he enlist Tony Schiavone? Like none of this makes sense. Like why didn't he just cut a like standard fucking video message?
Well,
Like I don't understand why he entrusted Tony Schiavone with this. Like it's all so confusing.
well, I mean, it actually makes sense if you go back to when MJF laid his hands on Tony Schiavone. Regal basically told him, "You never do that. You don't lay your hands on these guys. Anybody back there that steps into this ring is one thing, but you don't lay your hands on, the commentators, the announcers." Remember, he said he was a what was it? He said a ordinary decent villain.
Right.
So it did make sense that he trusted Tony Schiavone with that because he had said he has a great relationship with Tony Schiavone in that interview, basically. So that I think it makes a little bit of sense. I mean, yeah, I could see him just going out there and cutting like a like he was in a reality show video, which I'm kind of surprised they didn't just have him sitting there with a fucking cell phone making a video. That would have been just fine. To be honest, it would have been just as good as him sitting there with Tony Schiavone. I agree with you.
Like those fucking those old like do you remember those Brad Maddox videos where he
Yes.
was like in a cave or some shit?
Yeah, little snot dripping out of his nose. Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
That would have been fine. But anyway, after that, Tony Schiavone was like the Renee Paquette of this show because Renee wasn't there for some reason. Tony Schiavone backstage with Jamie Hayter. Her accent is way too sexy. I don't know what else to say. I just kept going. God, she's hot. Okay. Just her talking. She's just amazing. I like it. She's definitely going to be a good champion for them. I definitely think she's going to be a good women's champion for them. But after that, we had Jade Cargill coming out with the baddies versus Kiera Hogan, Sky Blue, Madison Rain. Baddies got the win here. And after the win, dude, Jade Cargill, that girl just has star written all over her.
I was watching the Fight TV version of this, so because I'm a Canadian resident. Oh no, I'm not. That's TSN. Never mind. Anyways, Fight TV version.
What's all that
And I don't
about?
know if this was on like the TNT version or not, TBS version or not, but Taz at one point like mentions how they both have names that have colors in them. Jade Cargill, Jade, and Sky Blue, Blue.
Oh, I probably didn't
Or
hear
Red
that.
Velvet. It was Red Velvet and Sky Blue. So red and blue. And he's like, hey, do you notice how they both have colors in their names? And like the commentary just had, they didn't know what to do with that. So they just didn't say any. And then Taz was like, well, thanks for the help, fellas.
And that was probably right after, because I believe sometime during this match, he literally complimented Excalibur for something he pointed out.
Yeah, well, like later on, Excalibur made the same point. And Taz was like, yeah, that's very insightful.
All I know is after Jade won, she just sat there, stuck her tongue out, and licked her finger. I would love to be her finger.
Indeed.
Oh, dude, this girl just has star written all over her. And I'll tell you what, she's really getting better. Like I said, I mean, even last week, her promo, she was much more comfortable in the ring on the promo. But she is she is definitely going to break out of this company as a star, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Yeah, 100%. So there you go. Baddies did get the win in this match. Obviously, like I said, she actually Jade pinned Madison Rain. Madison Rain was the luckiest girl in the world tonight. Tony Schiavone once again backstage. He's talking to Saraya. Britt Baker comes in and interrupts, which she does every time Saraya talks. Every fucking time Saraya talks, Britt Baker has to interrupt. She offers Saraya a tag match January 11th on Dynamite. Why are we scheduling things for a month down the road? What's going on? Why? I mean, this isn't a pay-per-view. Why are we do I need to take the day off or something?
Apparently, yeah. I mean, Britt Baker has all kinds of other responsibilities.
I mean,
She's got jury duty.
I mean, I really appreciate the heads up. Now I can prepare. But anyway,
So there you go.
January 11th, Dynamite, Britt Baker and a partner, Jamie Hayter. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter versus Saraya and whoever she gets as a partner. Who do you think? You got any ideas?
What is her name? Shit. Mel B. There you go, the Spice Girl.
Okay.
That was the only British person that I could think of that wasn't Austin Powers.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Like, is it going to be like this big debut or something? Like, I don't know. Like, if you like ask me an honest to God, who do I think? I would go with like Ruby Soho would probably be my guess. But then they announced that she was doing something else. I don't know.
Yeah, but this is January 11th, dude. We're literally a month and 3 days down the road.
Maybe it's The Rock. Maybe they're rehashing the Wrestling with My Family. And then fucking you get a run in from Joe Rogan.
Oh, shit.
Jamie, play the clip. He's on roids. He's on roids, Jamie. Play the clip.
Oh, shit. Joe Rogan's just there. So, have you, like, done DMT ever?
Wait a minute. No? When does Xavier Woods' contract, when is it up?
Oh, shit. Brad, they just panned to Brad Maddox in the crowd with a camera.
It'd be great if he was the cameraman. Taz just befuddled as to why the cameraman is dude.
Whoa, who the hell is that? Okay.
Look, go choke him out, bro.
What's going on here?
He's an adorable little fellow, that
Taz. All right. That's okay.
Paul Heyman worked so hard to make him look like a badass, and Taz has done such a job of just like pulling all of the yarn out of that ball.
All right, let's keep going. We're at the main event, folks. FTR versus the Acclaim tonight was the main event of this here. I gotta tell you, dude, you know, FTR comes out, they got a good pop, a very decent pop. Dude, that crowd fucking lit the fuck up when the Acclaim music hits. They lit up, dude. As soon as they saw those guys come out the tunnel, the crowd was hype as shit. I got to be honest, dude. Good match between these guys. FTR retains, which I don't think anyone expected him not to, with fucking FTR being draped in other gold. And after that, the Ass Boys / Gun Club challenges FTR to a double dog collar match, which immediately made me think about A Christmas Story, and he double dog dares him, which I believe is what they're referencing here. I want to believe it, at least. I do. So, Smark, Dog
Well, that's
collar.
the thing though, is that it wasn't the double dog collar match. Um, that wasn't the Guns that were challenging them to the match. They were doing it on behalf of the Briscoes.
Oh, that's right. Oh, well, because you can't have the Briscoes.
Yes.
God forbid they're
How,
on television.
that's got to make them like feel like such bitches. Like I understand why they're doing this, but like imagine if you're the Gun Club and you're just like, all right, so we're gonna have you on TV because you're the errand boys to the Briscoes. You are the Briscoes' young boys.
It's like it's it's like telling your secretary to take dictation.
No, it's like when they would used to do those like when they would do like the Royal Rumble or whatever, and you would have the wrestlers would come out and they didn't have their own shirts, they were just wearing a WWF shirt.
Yeah.
Like you knew they were getting fired like a month later.
All
Like
right.
I'm not saying the Gun Club's going to get fired a month later, but like you can't feel good about your position in the company if your job is to just cut promos for other people.
All right. Question, and then we'll
Sure.
pretty much be wrapping this up. It's already 2 hours and 20 minutes in. Briscoes. We know
Yes.
there's an executive back there that just despises the Briscoes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see them next year? Remember, we're coming up on 2023. New year, new me, Smark.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we see the Briscoes on television, AEW television, anytime next year?
I mean, does Ring of Honor TV count as AEW TV? Are you saying AEW like Dynamite Rampage specific?
Okay, I'll go ROH or AEW. If ROH gets a television show in the next within the next year. Now, remember, there's that if they do get a television deal, it's anywhere connected to the station they're at now. What happens with the Briscoes if they can't even be on ROH? I mean, literally, I don't know. Do you? But they would have to go to a different television station. You realize that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
And it's tough.
Probably not. Like, if they can't even have them cut promos on TV, I wish that they would. It's one of the better tag teams like in the world, but I mean, my heart wants it to happen. But if we're talking about just like if I had to bet money on it, I would say probably not.
I do find it ironic that a tag team that is sort of known as the Ass Boys cut this promo for the Briscoes.
Oh my god! Well, that's an opportunity here because, like, I understand that they have their own responsibilities on the Ring of Honor show because they're also part of the card. But like, man, did they miss a golden opportunity to just have Keith Lee read their message? Like, I would love to hear Keith Lee reading something that fucking Mark Briscoe wrote.
Shit. Yes, Christopher Kane. We do know that one of it wasn't both. Now you said the Briscoes made anti-LGBTQ. You missed some letters there, first of all, and you're offending people, Christopher Kane. Briscoes made anti-LGBT. It wasn't both the Briscoes. It was one of the Briscoes.
Yes.
Just to clarify, we can't throw both of them under the. I think it was Jay, not Mark, right?
That's right. Yes, Mark is the lovable one.
Right. Mark just looks like a lovable teddy bear, literally. So
he actually once did get in trouble because he tried to sell his missing like his spare teeth on eBay once. And they're like, yeah, we can't allow you to sell body parts on our website because like he had like false teeth put in because like two of his teeth got knocked out in a match, and then he put it up for auction, and they're like, no, you can't do that.
Oh, there's always.
But that was the only controversy as well as I can remember that Mark Briscoe.
There's always Craigslist. You could put body.
But he did a whole thing. Like I'll send it to you. It was great. He did like a whole. He was in a Christmas sweater and he was talking about how great that of a Christmas gift that his teeth would make.
Fucking brilliant. Those guys are brilliant in their own way, man. But
Hmm.
yeah, Christopher Kane, I definitely knew. We've definitely talked about those comments he's made more than once on this show. But that was, I believe, coming up on 10 years ago.
Yeah, and I
Uh,
mean, he hasn't really said anything else since then,
no,
and he hasn't caused any other like. There's been no other incidents since then, so it's like it kind of sucks that, like you said, is just like that's going to forever be a situation that keeps him and Mark, for that matter, which is sad, from getting like better positions in other companies that aren't just Ring of Honor or Impact.
yeah, I'm sure that if they really looked into the person who's holding him off of television's life, I'm sure there's some skeletons in that closet too.
Right.
That they don't want coming out. So, um, but I think that's pretty much it, Smark. I got nothing else. I'm tired. I gotta pee.
Hmm.
You got anything else?
No, no, I do not.
Well, then, fuck it. Let's wrap this bad boy up right here. Smark, I believe you talk about sports every now and then.
Whoa! Uh, I do talk about sports. That's not referencing something in the chat room there. Anyways, Mondays, 8:30 p.m. on the Metal Mitt Podcast Network. Hyphens on everything until you get to network. Mixler.com, 8:30 p.m. It is Cheese on Sports. Cheese, G Wiz, Luke Birch, Matt, myself, Mojo. We're talking NFL. We're talking NBA. We're not talking Kanye West and the Jews, but we are talking about MMA as well, UFC in the mix. So if you would like to hear the 4 or 5, I forget how many people are on the fucking show now, talk about sports, we're your guys.
No, right. And yeah, Kanye. Um,
He's having a
um,
lot of fun, huh?
Kanye can jump off a fucking bridge for all I care.
Did
Um,
you see the tweet that he made? Well, we should
what?
probably not
Did
keep talking
you?
about
Oh,
this,
wait a
but
minute. Did you? What did you just say to me? Did you?
oh no. No,
Okay.
no, no. I was talking about the sauce that you dip the roast beef in.
I'm-
He put
That's
the
au jus.
swastika
Go ahead.
on you.
Bless you.
He put the swastika in the Star of David and tweeted it out. He's having himself just a grand old time.
Yeah, yeah. I've never been a fan anyway, so I don't care. So let's just move on. Fuck it. I don't care. Let's just fucking end this motherfucking show. Whatever. The guy's a fucking whacked out wackadoo. He typical. You know what? Typical fucking celebrity. How's that? Typical celebrity. This is why I don't listen to Hollywood. No one should. Stop it. Just stop
Hey,
listening to
Max, don't
them.
you do a show where you talk about?
But I don't listen to what they say. I just talk about movies. I talk about their characters. I don't talk about their real life.
Yes, I
Well,
know. That
every
was
now and well, when I focus on them, I talk about their real life. But look at the people I focus on. Good people. Good people. So, all right, folks, we'll wrap this bad boy up. Definitely check out Smark over there with Cheese over there on Monday nights. And there you go, folks. I will I'll eventually get back to Hollywood Hangout, guy. I gotta tell you, even Anchor hit me up with a third party thing for like 6 of the fucking shows on there. So I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to do the shows. They don't even want clips played anymore, so it's just getting tough to do the show. But I will figure it out, and I will come back to doing it within the next. Uh, this weekend, I'm gonna have a problem doing it. Next weekend, I'll definitely get back to doing it though. So, anyway, folks, thank you for joining us here on Wrestling Outlet. As usual, we will see you next week. Smart, thank you, sir. Chat room, definitely thank you guys. On that note, see ya.
Adios.
All right. Later, folks.